All right. So, welcome back to another episode of Box Mining here. It's a very urgent episode, I guess. That's the best way to put it. There's two major big events happening in crypto right now that's drastically lowering the prices. And ironically, that's a very good thing. All right, I explained to you why in today's episode, but the two events are one, Elon Musk decides to pull the whole Tesla Bitcoin program. Remember when Tesla started accepting Bitcoin payments to buy their new cars? Well, unfortunately, in a new tweet, Elon literally just said, yeah, we're not doing it anymore over concerns of how much Bitcoin mining is costing in terms of electricity. This actually is quite a myth. So he actually fell for one of the biggest misconceptions. It's on paper, yes, Bitcoin mining does need a lot of electricity, but there's actually some nuances to that too. So this is a tweet. This is a statement that he put out. Like, Tesla has suspended vehicle purchasing using Bitcoin. We're concerned about the rapid increase in use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining, especially coal, which is the worst emissions for any fuel. So this is his statement. So he's like, we believe it's promising future. So I guess I saw some comments just now. Some people are like, oh, Elon doesn't hate Bitcoin. Well, he thinks it's a good idea, but it cannot come at a great cost to the environment. That's his kind of take on that. So Tesla obviously will not be selling any Bitcoin. We intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transactions to be more sustainable energy. As soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy, which is maybe a few decades down the road. And we're looking for other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transaction. Hint, hint, maybe Ethereum, maybe Solana, maybe a proof of stake system. And obviously, the moment that tweet dropped, there was a lot of panic selling on the market just directly from $54,000. It plummeted almost $10,000. It plummeted. Wait, no. Okay, so that's the one tweet. No, it's okay. My bad. So it plummeted $2,000. So excuse me for the rashness of this. I kind of woke up recently to everything that's happening here. So the lowest point it went today after the tweet and then the reaction, the panic sell to the tweet. So let's phrase it properly right there. So with that, it took the markets down all the way to $47,000 for the price of Bitcoin. So it was quite a few weak hands freaking out here. So all those Elon believers, this really dumped hard. But we're at a point where we bounce right back up. So Bitcoin refuses to go below $50,000 at this current point. This is quite a strong signal, honestly. So this is a signal where, for me personally, I woke up to this and I'm like, I know my assets are down. Like, that I know, right? You wake up to anything like this, you're like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's 50K. I know that. But honestly, I actually feel happier. I feel happier because, right, one of the main points here is that Bitcoin was very reliant on Elon Musk, right? It was becoming to a point where both the meme coins and Bitcoin a little bit as well. Basically, if you look at that reaction, the moment Elon sends out that tweet and it causes a market collapse of that, it's proof that Bitcoin was very, very reliant on one single person, on Elon, either pushing Bitcoin forward, accepting more Bitcoin or holding more Bitcoin with Tesla. It became to a point where there was a lot of reliance on single kind of thought leaders. And this is actually a really bad thing for Bitcoin, because for Bitcoin to become a truly decentralized currency, right, you need to be very, very kind of decentralized in terms of who likes it. About, you don't want leaders coming and popping up in this place, taking over the Bitcoin narrative. So I feel like this is something that's actually very good for Bitcoin over the long run, because if we're less reliant on Elon, if Elon Musk is less of a factor, it also makes my job a little bit easier, to be honest, because like for me doing analysis on this, it became more and more centered on, okay, what's Elon gonna do with Bitcoin, and even more so with all the Dogecoin analysis out there, right? So this actually makes my life a lot easier. Now we can look more at the fundamentals of what's going on. Okay, so that's number one. We're going to discuss about that in today's episode a little bit. Then number two big thing that's coming up is the dumpage that happened on all the meme coins, right? So yesterday, this happened around 8 hours ago. So Vitalik came out, right? Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, he came out and he decided, you know what, he's gonna dump all the Shiba Inu, all the Akita, well, not all of it, some of it, that he was holding. So why did this happen? Well, let's go back to this over here. So, I found this is I saw this being posted on my channel. It says our founder chose to send 50% of the supply to Vitalik Buterin's wallet. So this refers to Shiba Inu, right? Shiba Inu being one of those like meme coins that was popping up. So we sent over 50% of our total supply to Vitalik. There is no greatness without a vulnerable point, and as long as Vitalik doesn't rug us, then Shiba will grow and survive. Well, Vitalik is rugging people right now. So the best way to track this, like a lot of people, when I saw my tweet that this was happening, there was a moment of disbelief, right? That people didn't believe that this is happening. Well, it's pretty public what Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, what his wallet is. So you can just search Vitalik here, vitalik.eth on Etherscan, and then you can just see that this resolves to this address, and then you can just copy his address. You can also track his address using something like Zerion to see exactly what's happening and what he's holding. So this is one of the easiest ways to just like kind of track someone and monitor someone about what everything's going on. So you can see this is not the, wait, give me a sec. Quite bad here. There's multiple addresses. You want to get for the VB address. There we go. My bad, guys. My bad. Connect another wallet. Add it. So these you can monitor other. This is a way to just monitor someone else's addresses, and then you can see that he is holding 10 billion worth of Shiba Inu, and you can see that in his recent transactions he started selling Shiba Inu, which is what caused the crash, right? So if you can see, you can view more transactions down here. You can see that he received it all the way back in August and May, and you can see these exits, right? You can see him just dumping $1 million worth just directly on the market. And the same story goes with Akita. So Akita, if you look at his transactions, oh my god, he has so much Akita, it's not even funny, right? Wait, what? Oh my god. Yeah, so why is this? Well, because he's the founder of Ethereum, a lot of meme coins choose to send their coins to Vitalik. So if you just scan his wallets right now, he is loaded, right? Vitalik is loaded with these coins. And yes, yesterday he did dump that. So I'll search the transaction history for yourself. But you can see the millions of dollars he has in all these shit coins. Yeah. So anyways, so that's what we're going to cover today. Two very big updates. I'll just chat with you guys today. I don't really intend for this to be a very long episode. I'll just kind of voice what I think. I actually think this is really, really great for the entire ecosystem overall, for everything that's happening in crypto. It essentially, okay, if you just want the TLDR, I think crypto was just moving too fast, right? With all these TikTokers talking about various dog coins with very much no value. Right. The only way I feel like the crypto can maintain its high market cap and can sustainably grow in the future is if it does function or disrupt something or provide substantial value to the whole world. Right. That's the only way that Ethereum or Bitcoin or even your decentralized finance, your NFTs, if it does disrupt something or contribute something or create something that's both sustainable and awesome for the world. So with decentralized finance, it was getting there. It was disrupting the regular financial system, which was pretty much a monopoly, right? There's no other monopolies in the world other than the financial system. And to be able to disrupt that, right, that was amazing. But of course, with meme coins, you have a whole different world. So I feel like right now, by just pressing a little bit of pause, a little bit of brakes on the meme coins, and with Bitcoin having a little bit less reliance on Elon Musk, that's actually great. So anyways, let's get this show started. So yeah, that's the longest intro ever, but let's hit that button. Let's get started. All right. So I guess we can continue talking about the meme coins and the Doge coins first. I think that's a good topic because everyone on chat is thinking about it. Love you guys, chat, by the way. Really love you guys for just chiming in. And this is one of the reasons why we grow. So reminder also, guys, if you guys want to chat with our entire community, we do have a Box family, the Box fam Telegram group. So I'll put that there, the Boxmining fam. So yeah, check that out if you guys want to chat with us and see whatever is going on. But let's take a quick look at what happened at the carnage that happened on both Akita and Akita Inu dumpaged. Not too bad actually. So I mean, it happened mostly last night, and then ShiBa also took a huge hit yesterday too. So right now, I would say this is one of the most dangerous coins to be on, quite frankly. With Vitalik being the way he is right now, I think he fired a few warning shots. So kind of what took it down, obviously, right? So what took the price down is Vitalik just directly dumping this on the market. So roughly for me, it was at 1 a.m. Hong Kong time or 2 a.m. Hong Kong time. So these are large orders, right? So you can just kind of see this here. And you can even see that there was actually quite a lot of slippage as well. So at that time, he was selling this, what was worth like, it was 30 billion worth of ShiBa. And that was worth $673,000, but he was only getting $500,000 worth of Ethereum. So you can see that slippage there, right? You can see that he was intentionally crushing the market. He was intentionally trying to drop the price off the market, and he only fired pretty much at this point 5 shots at this, right? He did two things with ShiBa. First, he pulled out the liquidity, and then he fired some shots to try to bring this down. So it feels like, if you want an analogy for that event, all right, what I felt like would be probably the best analogy if you guys watch Prometheus, which is an obscure movie at this point. But yeah, this guy. So remember this guy from Prometheus, the engineer, that horror movie? These guys were in that movie, they were the creators of humanity, right? And then humanity found these guys and they just started massacring people one by one, just killing them directly, right? Because he wasn't impressed with humanity. And I felt like this was what Vitalik was trying to do. He created Ethereum. I mean, ShiBa is built on top of Ethereum, and he just like, I'm not impressed with what you guys are doing with my tech, right? He's not impressed at all. And the funny thing, obviously, is that the creators of ShiBa sent him 50% of their total supply. So they essentially made him the dictator of ShiBa because he owns so much of that, right? Because right now in his pockets, even after this dumpage, right, he still owns $10 billion worth of ShiBa, right? He can completely crater. Like if $1 million craters the price by 10% or 5%, then $10 billion, what would that do, right? So originally, obviously, the creators of ShiBa, they probably didn't expect Vitalik to ever do this. They thought that 50% would be a burn. Ha ha ha, this is kind of funny, but not so funny now, right? So anyways, that's the kind of situation ShiBa is in right now. Like obviously for me, like I would never try to play with this because you're kind of trying to guess like if Vitalik is going to crush the market more, like he can at any point in time, and there's no way, like unless ShiBa reforks or does something else, there's no way that they can solve this problem, right? So I just kind of felt like this was the carnage that just kind of happened on the meme coins, where it's almost like Vitalik is like that engineer guy from Prometheus, just kind of constantly not impressed, constantly smashing down and kind of trying to crush down the meme coin market. Obviously, this was super controversial yesterday, even talking about it, I had to phrase my words carefully because obviously there are people who are in ShiBa just freaking out, not knowing what's happening here. I would add to this that Vitalik has donated all the sales to charities. So he's not doing this out of, I'm going to profit and rug pull. I think he immediately donated a lot of that ETH over to reliefs and charities. So he did this mostly for as a soft way of kind of saying where the community should go. But obviously he didn't follow up with any tweets. He just did that. So I mean, I guess he knows he's gonna be hated for this. I mean, we're all kind of guessing. This is kind of the scary thing about Vitalik right now. His last tweet was on the 24th, so he hasn't made a public statement or anything about what's going on here, being more tech oriented. But it could, like, we're all interpreting this as him exercising his right to sell the Shiba Inu that he has, right? So he has other coins too. So if you guys want to monitor that, I'll put his address on. It's quite easy. Like on Etherscan, it will show up as VB. So that would be his address. I'll post his address up on here. I mean, the great thing about crypto is you can track everything. So yeah, so I have actually used Ethereum wallets to kind of track what he is and what he has holding, because at any point of time, if he chooses to sell, well, that's going to be like Musketeer, Shizu as well. I mean, if he chooses to sell Shizu, let me see, when did he get Shizu? Yeah, history. So he received Shizu on the 19th, and he has $31 million worth. So yeah, if all these dog coins all sent him their coins. So yeah, and there's also obviously memes coming up now saying, fuck Vitalik and all that stuff. I honestly think, with this space, the meme coins were kind of out of control for a while. People who have been in space, like, I mean, we talk mostly as community, and we have someone like Aaron Hernandez. He just says, I hope everyone in ShiB loses all their money, all these shit coins. I mean, this community is very divided, right? We definitely know that meme coins have a lot of marketing power, but they don't change the world, and they don't substantially bring value. And if that's the case, then they don't have a lot of long-term value. It becomes something like a casino, right? That's also something that we alluded to yesterday in yesterday's Crypto with Friends discussion, where, yeah, we did talk about all these dog meme coins, and it's kind of crazy. And a lot of people, like including me, so I did play around with Doge, and I did actually try to play around with Kubasu or whatever, like just to get a sense of what's happening. And also at the same time, it is like a big casino, right? I'm not gonna say that I'm the most perfect guy in the world that only touches something stuff. I have a trading account. Sometimes I just want to see what's happening and trade meme coins, right? But at the same time, I have immense amounts of protection against anything that's going down. So for me, it's okay, right? For me to play with these meme coins, because it doesn't really affect much of my daily life. It doesn't affect any of my crypto holdings, because you guys know how I structure things. I have my hodl, I have my medium hodl, I have my trade, and then the meme coin is like at the bottom, right? With like very, very little percentage. Nothing happens. But obviously, people who are on TikTok, people who are new to the space, they might be throwing their entire life savings onto this, and this becomes a bigger problem, which is why I feel like having a halt on all these dog meme coins right now is really a good thing. It meant that crypto was going up way too fast, right? With all that stuff. I like literally this week, it felt like I'm like a super boomer. Right, I just didn't understand all these meme coins. I mean, I understand Doge, but now with these like what was it? There was a coin called Australian Shepherd, sheep shepherd dog. I don't know, man. But anyway, I felt like I'm infinitely old. And I was forcing myself to learn a little bit more about meme coins. But at this current point, yeah. So if you want my personal opinion, I think this is really great long term, because obviously it does. So for any coins that Vitalik has, I probably wouldn't touch at this current point. Anything on this list, I would definitely not touch, because you don't know if and when this happens. This is done. This is the whims of one individual. Yet again, you never want to be in a coin that has this. I want to point out that this also highlights one of the weaknesses of something like Doge as well, where we know that 50% of the Doge supply is controlled by somewhere around like 10% of the wallets. So yet again, the price could be very much dictated by a few individuals, right? Obviously, those individuals are not selling or dumping Doge yet. I think this current market on Doge is organic, but there's something to watch out for. It's a big risk where if someone holds half of your coin, right? In crypto, there's no such regulation where they have to declare if they're going to sell or not. They can just, click a button, boom, see you later, have a nice life, right? So that seems to be the gist of things. We got Daniel Grimeness says, please send Zerion links. So I guess people like this is just a better way to monitor. There's quite a few. It's either Zerion or these are wallet trackers, right? So you can just connect another wallet. You can add it from an Ethereum address. You can add someone else's address to track them. So this is a great way to track what people are doing. It's a rudimentary way too. There's actually much better tools out there to track what's happening on chain. That's a great thing about crypto. So let me send the links out there. Let me see if I can directly send Vitalik's address and post that here. Let me see if that actually works as a go-to wallet. Okay, so this will be the Zerion wallet link that you requested. So Daniel, here's a link for you. So you want the link of the specific wallet. So this would be a great way to start to see what is going on with everything. All right, cool. So that's one thing. The other thing I just want to quickly mention, I talked a lot about the mining stuff with Elon already. So I think the Elon aspect, right? So with Elon Musk tweeting about the Tesla and Bitcoin, obviously. So, I mean, this is definitely a concern that I think it's a valid concern that a lot of people can have at this current point about Bitcoin and not using sustainable energy. But I just want to reiterate, right? So, Elon's concerned about this, but he should understand also that in many times, Bitcoin is using the excess energy that would otherwise have been wasted. Right, I think this was one key point to realize as well with Bitcoin. So I know there's a lot of environmentalists arguing this, and if you just look on paper, right, just look on paper on the sheer amount of power that Bitcoin is using. Obviously, that's a negative. Right? That's a huge negative for that. But however, that being said, because miners are super cheap, they want cheaper electricity. Remember, guys, miners are targeting for 2 to 3 cents per kilowatt hour of electricity. Most commercial electricity costs, like for us, like say if we're turning on air conditioning or turning on a laptop, that will cost around 12 cents. Well, those are the figures for Hong Kong, but roughly around the world, 12 to 15 to 30 cents is quite usual for a kilowatt hour. Now, why are miners getting these cheap electricity is because they essentially only have the low priority. So on every power grid, basically all the time, the power plants are producing excess electricity to prevent blackouts. That's usually how it's designed. And then what happens is that this electricity is first sent to some critical facilities like hospitals, then it goes to civilian, and then it goes to everything else, and then it goes to the miners, right? So the miners are really just burning off that excess energy that would have otherwise been wasted, because on an electrical grid, if there's no batteries, you can't store it, right? So that's usually how mining works. So it's not as bad as people think, but I would do admit that mining does have an impact. So it still has maybe a 10-20% of what people think it has, right? So it's still there. It's 10% less of what people think it has, but there's still an impact. So Elon is looking at, other cryptocurrencies that use 1% of Bitcoin's energy. So something like we discussed this with Ethereum. Ethereum is migrating from proof of work, that's mining, to proof of stake, which is staking. We also have Solana. They're the first ones there. They're like, oh yeah, DMs are open. Yo, what's up? Check this out. But we definitely, and on this channel, we have been discussing a lot about proof of stake, which does not rely on mining, which does not waste and burn electricity the way mining does. But I kind of feel like it was so fast, like how everyone just had an opinion there. It was kind of interesting. But anyways, I feel like it's a point where I think this sends a very big signal to the crypto community as well, which is don't rely on Elon Musk. Right, like there's a lot more to this crypto than Elon himself. Obviously, Elon led the way to a lot of big changes, and obviously this tweet out there will change some of the perceptions of cryptocurrency, because Elon was kind of the cool kid. He was a cool kid to, be the first one to say, yeah, Tesla's gonna buy Bitcoin. And all these Chinese companies that are seeing, oh, the cool kids are doing that. We got, May 2 literally saying, you know what, oh yeah, we got to buy some Bitcoin too. And then we saw a dozen other Chinese companies hopping onto the bandwagon, trying to create that news. Oh, if Elon's buying Bitcoin, we're gonna buy Bitcoin too, right? But with you know, Elon sending out this message, it's a little bit more uncertain. So I think a lot of the copycats out there will no longer be around. I think that's going to be one of the big factors. So it will obviously reduce the speed at which Bitcoin is going to grow, because, you know, it seems like the cool kids are no longer vast, like what is it was it supporting Bitcoin without condition. I'm sure there's a better way to phrase that right now, but at this current point, it feels like Elon is pulling back a little bit. So that little bit of weakness, yeah, I think it's gonna affect a few copycat Elon Musks out there at this current point. So I'll be just blunt with you guys. Crypto Duck says Elon is the McAfee of 2018. I feel like in a way it is true. Like John McAfee, he was a big name, and in 2017, 2018, he just started pumping shitcoins, right? He just basically got paid by these coins, and then he would tweet them out, and the coin would just explode in value because John McAfee did it. A little bit Elon, a little bit like this, but Elon has a lot more weight to it too, because Elon is actually literally buying Bitcoin and holding it. It's a very different thing from just being paid to show something versus buying it with one of your billion-dollar companies, right? That's a it's a different story. So, or rather, buying billions with your company or publicly listed company. So, yeah, that's a. I think he's a lot less than John McAfee. But there are some vibes there, especially with what he was doing with Doge. Anyways, Jackie T says, to be honest, dude, this is Elon's way to encourage green energy. He's seen an opportunity to do so. Fair game. Cryptogram says, Elon can eat a big. I'll leave it at that. Okay, so could this be manipulation as well? I think Seekan says he manipulated Tesla stock in 2019 to drop so he can buy it. Could he be manipulating Bitcoin's price so he can buy that too? That could be possible. You know, if his tweet was so powerful, right? If his tweet literally sent, you know, immediately after the tweet, we saw that he sent Bitcoin down $2,000, and then the aftermath, after a few hours of that, it was almost down what? Let's see. It's down a fair $7,000. So that's a substantial amount. So could he be manipulating Bitcoin? That could be possible. I wouldn't put it out there. You know, it could be he could proxy buy Bitcoin. That's very easy, or he can buy it personally. Who knows? I mean, yeah. Thank you so much for your donation, Angela. Awesome. Awesome. Anyways, I think that's too much. Okay, we got a good question. I think this is a good question to end the stream on. So Zach Hartman. So what's up, Michael? Do you think they can set off the bear market? I'm afraid. Unhappy face. All right. So first and foremost, absolutely not. So in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of the cycle, I've been showing you guys a lot for this. This is the Bitcoin rainbow chart. You can see the cycles for Bitcoin from 2012 till now. I think we're in the middle of the cycle now, and I don't think we're gonna drop. Right? I don't think we're gonna go all the way down there. What could be possible, right, is that right now we're dealing with the aftermath of this, right? We're dealing with the aftermath of two very big hits to the market. One is that meme coins, funny as they are, have a lot of problems, and people have been this has been proved to people, right? And also Elon Musk saying, yeah, Bitcoin's not green, you know, we need green energy, etc. Yeah, it could send Bitcoin down to maybe the HODL season, maybe down here to 40K. It could continue, but we definitely did see very strong support. So we'll have to see about that. But I actually say this. What this actually does is that this actually makes the Bitcoin bull market last longer. I think this will be the actual effect of this. So not financial advice, of course, but personally, I enter Bitcoin and Ethereum in a very big way today. Like before the stream started, I was just like market buy. There's just no reason not to at this current point, right? Like this FUD, I think people are over valuating overly, I guess, putting value to Elon Musk's contribution to space. He's not going to be the only one. He identified the value in the space. I don't think he should, be a flag holder for Bitcoin. And I think that, this actually makes Bitcoin stronger. It actually prolongs this bull run. I'm not going to say this bull run is going to last forever. I know Bitcoin enters these cycles, right? There's a bear bull and a bear cycle. That's pretty well established. We're in the middle of a bull cycle, and I don't think that this is going to stop Bitcoin from going to the top, right? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of institutions on the sidelines right now waiting for all this drama, waiting for all these memes to clear up. I mean, if you think about it, people who are investing for like 401ks, big funds, they're not going to touch Shiba Inu. They're not going to, and the more the meme coins there are, the more scared big funds are about entering the space. So having less impact for meme coins will mean that bigger institutional money will flow into the space. That's just a fact, right? So I feel like this actually allows a lot of people who are on the fence to say, yep, okay, look, the insane amount of drama in the space is clearing up a little bit now. People who are gambling their life savings on meme coins should reconsider what they're doing. And that's good, right? That's kind of the message is being sent out right now. Not financial advice, of course, but this is what's happening right now. So I actually feel like this is not the end. This actually, like, it would be the end if Vitalik dumped everything went into zero. Like if Bitcoin fell to 30K after this, I would say yes, I would be alarmed. But the fact is that Bitcoin actually picked itself right back up, right? So Bitcoin, after dipping after these weak hands, just sold, it immediately picked back up. And this is a very strong positive signal. So yeah, I totally don't give a crap about this actually. So I would say this actually prolongs the market. This gives me an entry point too of everything that's going on, and actually makes me happier. It makes me a lot happier not to just search meme coins every day. Like I feel like there was a point in my life, honestly, like this week, I actually got quite upset over this, where I'm like, all I'm doing right now is looking at dog coins. Like, talk about not intellectually challenged, right? Like it's like, holy crap, like. I feel much better, to be honest. I feel like now we can spend a little bit of time to look at what's creating value. Hopefully, I'm not too hopeful too. I think there's going to be just a next batch of meme coins coming up next week. Very likely. I mean, that's just how the market is right now. But at least just slowing that down a little bit, like, calming it down a little bit. That's kind of happens. Crypto Falafel says, your COVID series saved my life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've covered that a lot, especially from the scientific perspective. I felt that was important. And yeah, I feel like, this year I learned a lot about politics and everything going on. I even saw a comment earlier, super negative comment. They're like, oh, there's war, there's depression, there's negativity. Guys, don't fall for this bounce. This market's going to go down to zero. I'm like, everything that you said above actually emphasizes why we need crypto. If there's war, if countries are suspending, let's say if there's like situations where, and this is already happening, I'm not even sure if a lot of people know this, but in China, you literally cannot send more than $50,000 US out of the country, right? That's how the Chinese government controls the renminbi, right? It's called Safe China. State safe send out money. So just search that up. There's tons of information about these payments, and Bitcoin essentially broke that. Bitcoin allows countries to send currency, to send value freely to each other, or people in countries to send value freely to each other. So these are big disruptors that are coming in, and very necessary at a time of political uncertainty. So yeah, so everything that's said above there, like Bitcoin being a currency that's above the governments, right? Like I said this like literally a year ago, and then now we kind of see the effect of that. So anyways, guys, Bass Double Air says, we're half bull market, right, sir? I do believe so. All right, I definitely do believe we're halfway through the bull market. So we're halfway around the cycle. I do believe we're gonna go up, and this is why I still have a lot of positions and why I'm re-entering positions in the space. Is because what we saw in 2017 was that yes, even halfway through the through the bull market, the amount of price action just like flips up, right? It just goes bazonk, right? Towards the end. This is where the majority of my profits were made. So towards the end, it is extremely dangerous though. I don't recommend this. Is not for everyone because you're kind of playing on the knife's edge. But at the same time, it is the most profitable time too. And you can definitely see that. Like if people like we definitely saw the bull market was coming. And I've been talking about Ethereum like for years now, right? But I just want to emphasize one point, which is when I was making the videos on, say, the coronavirus mini series, I was actually talking quite aggressively about ETH, right? At that time, ETH hit $100-something odd dollars. It was going up, and people were starting to cash out. They thought, you know what, this is the bull market coming, right? At that point, they thought, oh, everything's happening here. Oh my God, this is the bull market. We should start cashing out. But looking at that back now, that would have been a bad decision, right? So it was one of the times when I just kind of said, diamond hands, I'm going to hold on to this. It's up 50%, diamond hands this. Now it's like it's still 4,000, right? Almost a little bit shy of 4,000. But anyway, so I feel like absolutely we're midway through. I definitely feel like we're midway through the bull market. I don't think this will be an endless perpetual bull market. We all operate in cycles. That's been the way crypto is operating. But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, there's plenty to go after this. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for this amazing live stream. Thank you guys all for watching. Remember to smash up those likes. It really does help the channel grow. And I hope this provided some information, some ways for you to track wallets that you could be a little bit concerned about, like say Vitalik's wallet. Also, just a little bit shout out if you guys are concerned about the gas fees. So the good thing about gas fees right now is that gas fees have dropped after the whole Shiba Inu trading kind of stopped. So a lot of people are rejoicing. Yesterday we saw Gwei prices at around 300. Now it's literally half. So it costs $50. It doesn't cost $200 to do a transaction. But if you guys want free transactions, CowSwap, I was going to do a tutorial on this, but I guess I don't have time. But check out CowSwap. There's an episode yesterday explaining it. Basically, it operates on this on Merv essentially. So like it feels like I'm shilling this, but I'm not. I'm just literally sharing a trading thing. So what CowSwap does is it allows for transactions that don't cost gas. So right now, if you're trading on Uniswap, you'll probably be paying around $50 to $200 in gas fees. And what CowSwap allows you to do is it saves around 90% of that. And the way it does this is because when you do the transaction, it tries to find another person that's trying to do the opposite trade to match it together, so you can save up the gas costs. So that's kind of the little tweak there. There's a whole FAQ section. This was like something shared by William. So this is William from my channel. He shared this to me. I didn't believe it at first, but just read up on it. It's kind of crazy. But that's kind of how it saves up the gas costs for people. It's not always better. So if you just compare the prices, so there are some of the risks for using this. So first of all, if you can select any token or AVA or whatnot on this, check out the rates versus Uniswap, obviously. And then obviously, it does take a little bit longer as well, because when you submit the transaction, they'll try to actually match you up with the opposite trade. So it does take a little bit longer, but you save up on gas fees. So this is a pro tip if you guys are suffering like I am. Like the reason why I'm talking about it is because I was literally paying $200, and this literally saved me like $200 per transaction on cost. So anyways, there we go. Small time Reef says, if you were to guess the ballpark time frame for the peak / end of the bull market of what you would say. You helped me a lot in 2017 run. Appreciate you. So I did learn a lot from 2017. So this is in many ways why I monitor TikTok very aggressively. So I monitor TikTok, I monitor Twitter. I kind of see the tone. So as IQ in the space drops, as insanity increases, and that's what we saw in 2017, right? So we saw BitConnect, right? BitConnect being one of the biggest pyramids out there, right? When that kind of blew up, when that couldn't sustain itself anymore, right? Obviously, Ponzi's can only last up to a certain amount of time. And when that falls, that will be the mark of the end of the bull market. That's kind of like the trigger points, right? Where none of this can sustain anymore. So currently, I initially targeted 2 to 3 months for this cycle. But all right, so this is where I can change my mind, because obviously you kind of adapt your strategy depending on your read on the market. So initially I was thinking like, okay, look, we can probably reach this, which is the maximum bubble territory, right? Reach to the top, go to around $160,000 for Bitcoin. I was initially seeing around July, right? June, July, 2 to 3 months left. It was too insane. But because the brakes were slammed down a little bit, and I can kind of anticipate that maybe in the next few weeks, we could have a few drastic, dips, just because, people, right? So I feel like it could be a point where people actually have weak hands in the next few weeks. If that's so, then I would say that the maximum bubble territory will probably appear a little bit later. So if people we freak out here, all the weak hands sell off, that will mean that we have a bit longer to go in the space. So it really depends a lot on what kind of happens in the next few days, and people how kind of people react to these two events. We can kind of take a gauge on how many weak hands there are, how many strong hands there are. The more weak hands there are in the space, the more chance of a drastic, bull run ending collapse like that. So anyways, I feel like I will currently pin this roughly around August right now. If you ask for my honest opinion right now, I'll probably pin the peak to be around August, and then a pretty strong sell-off at this current point. We have Rob the Bear coming in, sir. So he says, sir, and he smashes the bear. We had a few discussions about this, obviously bears versus the bulls, but I feel like, there were signs, right? Like signs you want to watch out for are probably the best things to talk about. So say, for example, pump and dumps are one thing you want to watch out for. And more importantly, I was discussing Doge price, right? What happened with the SNL skit, where people bought all the way up to the SNL skit, and then the SL skit happened and it sold, right? But one thing that I wanted to say, and one thing that made me very confident there, right, and why I feel like this run can last a little bit longer, is because when the dumpage did happen, it happened on the day off, right? I think that's quite important to emphasize as well. It happened on the day off the SNL skit rather than before. So this is quite important. I made a whole episode on that last time. So let me see if I can actually find the charts for you here. Let me see if that works. All right. Where was my thing? Where is my chart? Maybe I don't have it. So I will have to apologize for that. But yeah, I don't have it here. But essentially my point was saying that the longer that the sooner people sell before the event happens. So you know how SNL was an event, and if there was a massive dumpage 2 to 3 days or 4 days before that, then I would say that's closer to the end of the bull market. That's when everyone's just gonna dump early, and everyone's just like trading because just because they want to pump, right? Not because of fundamentals, and that's when there's a lot of trouble. So those would be the signs. Like if say like at a point, remember back in towards the end of the bull market when John McAfee tweets a coin and the coin would immediately dump in value, right? That would be a big telling sign. So when the announcement of the tweet comes out, usually it goes up, right? It's supposed to go up, but then it just went down. So those would be the times, when you have to be very, very careful. So we're still a little bit way off, maybe 2 or 3 months off, depending on how things go. So that's my 2 cents. So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure you guys smash up the likes. Make sure you guys click subscribe and click the notification bell, because we do a lot of surprise live streams just like this.